Yeah.
Or
But
gains.
Sweet gains, bro.
Sweet gains.
It's like if you were a town in Florida, you would be Gainesville.
Oh man, where woke goes to die.
I'm happy that that's my first joke on the stream.
Mazel.
No surprise here. Stream is quiet to me. I don't understand why. I don't know why Twitch won't be louder.
You're on headphones, right?
I am.
And then Ari was saying it's good for him. I haven't listened to the recordings in a while. I'd be curious to check out how they come out.
Ivan, I read your article.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes, I liked the Congress of. When you said to make Congress with the other hives, I just thought of like a congressional hearing of all the bugs.
I mean, that's kind of what I was imagining too.
Yeah. But hell yeah.
Probably what Orvone is imagining.
Right?
I also started reading the Madison 666 rules. I like.
Nice.
That's what we've always been playing, or is that modified?
No, this is like a new. What I'm doing is like making a more granular sort of. I guess it's more of an expansion for the hybridized Weird Age games and Roll for Shoes.
Right.
Just sort of using it as like a setting guide, and then I had thought of doing a house generator, so just like roll a d6 for each of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fun, and now next step is hammer out the locations, do like probably a paragraph or two for each one of those, depending on how how big I imagine they'll factor into various plot lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with the NPCs and the skills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much the same thing as what I did with the Barks and Bikes. What is it? Barks and Bites.
I love that.
The setting guide for Philadelphia. But yeah, it's fun. I'm glad you enjoyed reading it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll keep you guys posted as I continue working on it. I did a little bit of work on. Did I talk to you guys about the rival pizza shop names?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we didn't. I don't think we discussed it much further after you proposed them, though, because you said like the pizza shop, and then like spaghetti. I thought spaghetti was in
Spaghetti Western.
Yes, I thought that was awesome.
I think that's just a hilarious name for a place.
Yeah,
I wish I could go to a Tex-Mex themed Italian restaurant. It would just crack me up.
You know, it had to exist. Like there had to be, in that right time of immigration and everything,
Sure.
big old pasta stand.
I can't think of anything that rhymes with tamales, but you know where that joke's going.
Wowies.
Hot the wowies, hot the wowies. All right, well, with that, now that we've made a blowjob joke, welcome to How to Kickflip a Horse. Thanks for tuning in. Normally we play role-playing games or tabletop games like The Quiet Year and some other stuff. But this week we are doing what we call From the Horse's Mouth, where we just talk about nerd stuff for a little while, as you could probably tell from that introductory couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ivan,
Who?
occasional dungeon master and usually player of the game, doing your intro this week because I started talking and I don't know when to stop.
Yep.
And I'm joined by Jesse.
Hello, I'm Jesse, and I play horse typically. And what they say is a wink is as good as a nod to a blind horse. Backflip.
Don't look a blind horse in the mouth.
He'll fucking shoot you.
Words to live by. And we're also joined by Tommy.
Hi, I'm Tommy. I usually play bugs and other things. But I'm happy to be here doing nothing.
And I'll do it again!
I'll do it again. Don't threaten me. Don't you dare threaten me with more nothing, because I'll do it.
God damn it.
Dude, I actually got off. I was done my day way early. I could have done anything today, and I chose peace, no violence. I did
not
nothing.
choose violence.
Yeah, I did not choose violence. I got stuck in that like I'm gonna pick a movie gap, and then I didn't pick a movie because I looked at too many movies, and then I was like,
no.
okay, I'll just play a couple rounds of Rocket League, which was fun, I guess. But then I was like,
competitive or casual?
Then I was like, oh, it's always ranked.
Yeah.
Much to dismay of
no matter, like I love that every Rocket League player is like, yeah. Then I played some Rocket League, it fucking sucked, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows that game is like, God, why do I like this game?
Ruined my night.
Yeah, right.
What was that?
I said I played my favorite video game and ruined my night.
Dude, every Wednesday. I know it's starting to go bad when I start caring more about talking shit than playing the game. Yeah, but it's not like I start talking shit. It's like somebody runs their mouth a little bit and I shake it off, and then it gets worse, and then I'm just like full blown like, imagine practicing holding a button for a mechanic, you fucking idiot. It just spirals really downhill.
I was getting berated because some like they have the voice link up thing now. And this guy
was that shit right off.
Yeah, he was so like he just wanted to forfeit, and I was like kind of making him suffer for a couple seconds because he was being a total jerk about it.
Oh yeah.
But like Rachel was like cooking dinner, and she was like, "You have to leave this game. This guy is so annoying." Like I was like, I was like, I'm gonna put the controller down. But you can turn that off. Like you can just turn that whole thing off.
Yeah, if you just press like whatever brings up your friends menu, there's just like if you bring up that menu, then press like X, it'll automatically be on the toggle for the.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just like R1 and X, and it'll turn it off.
It's not.
And then you can
really...
go in the options and have the quick chat and TeamSpeak set to only friends,
right?
Or only teammates or whatever. Which is usually what I do until I see people being toxic on the other team, and then I turn it off so I can see them talking shit on each other.
Then
and that's when I get aggressive too, because they'll be like, "Man, it sucks. My teammate was toxic," and I'll just be like, "Didn't ask." I'll just like throw them under the bus too.
Yeah, I like don't sympathize with people that start throwing matches. Like I don't care how much of a jerk your opponent was, like or your teammate was, like just forfeit.
Yeah, don't try your best, or just exit the game.
Well, so many people are
don't make someone else's time even worse. You know,
right? Yeah, exactly.
It's Rocket League's interesting because I think it has the most understood meta to it. Like you can go and approach like if you wanted to know about the game and how like most people like to play it, there's like scores of information about it. Oh, sure. And a lot of people seem to know it, but like it seems like people just so willingly disregard it. And then you would think like, okay, if you progress at one point through this like gauntlet of a rank system, you'll like weed out a little bit of this toxic like rage quitting and like crazy behavior. And I mean, I'm terrible at the game. So I haven't gotten too high, but from what I understand, it just never stops. Like it's just people throwing tantrums. So, but I don't know. You're the highest ranked, Jesse. Like, what is your highest rank there?
Champ 3.
So, like, is everything ultra serious? Like, everyone that's in Champ... No one's accidentally playing in Champ 3. No one's like...
No, it's the same, dude.
Teamed up
it's so many people are just carried there by their friends. Like, it's really crazy. Like, as soon as you break from Diamond 3 into Champ 1, it just immediately goes as toxic as Gold is. It's
right.
It's so crazy. So many people just got pulled up there or, like, fell uphill. And are just like it doesn't stop until I think you get into like Grand Champ, and even then I've seen Grand Champs be fucking just the same way.
It's
people will be like a little more skilled. It's a little more consistent. It's a little more skilled, but people will still just fucking go off.
Right. The social element is always lurking behind. I think there is like always a unique aspect to every video game that's competitive. Like making people watch replays and like shit like that.
I do strategic
there's just,
replay watches, yeah, for sure. Like if I break your fucking ankles and like you don't want to watch it, that's when we're watching the replay.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny, and it's like you're doing it to like kind of like encourage your forfeit. You're like
that's the same. Exactly. Shit. It's a mental.
But it's like wow, like that's baked into your little soccer card game. You're like, yep,
it totally is. Yep. It's just like that's why people spam what to save because they're just trying to get under your skin so you play worse.
Oh yeah. But it is bizarre. I mean, nothing will remind me of the horrors of the Halo like Xbox days, but it is at least a very confined toxicity in which you can really only spam so much.
Right. Or the subtle toxicities, like people will just like put Russian flags on their cars. Like,
oh my! I didn't even realize. Yeah, didn't even realize.
Nuanced.
I did. I put like an Eagles flag on my car every once in a while,
and then every single person was like, "Fuck Philly," right?
Yeah. And then every once in a while you get the Ayo, and you're like, "What?"
Yep. I've got 2 friends on my Steam list that like we just became friends because somebody was talking shit on Philly, and we were all like from the area. We were like, "Fuck yeah, fuck you."
Philly's a perfectly fine city. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you say.
As long as it's not bombing itself, we're good.
Hasn't done that in a while, but
it's always right around the corner.
Philly's like, I feel like I've said this before. Philly's basically just a real estate scam that got too out of control.
Right.
It's really, really good.
In the same way, Delaware's just a tax evasion scam disguised as a state.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. Oh, it's.
Well, I mean, that's all anything is. It's just at a wide enough lens, everything's a scam, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean,
everything involving bureaucracy, at least.
Yeah, well, I was
like what you were saying before, like any system.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like capitalism's the problem.
Right? Who'd have thought? You don't hate Mondays, you hate capitalism. But we hope that this show moving to Mondays will make people's Mondays under capitalism better.
Or at the very least, own the libs.
Definitely own the libs for sure. Own the the cons.
The serves.
Right?
Serves?
Non-Servium, dude.
No, Serbians. We're taking a really hard anti-Serbian.
We're just really
really sorry that we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that
maybe should have got that out there first. Yeah. Serbia's probably tight. I don't know.
No, I'm sure.
I know literally nothing about Serbia.
I think that there
it's got great people and terrible government.
Isn't there?
It's really hard to get food there because it's all self-service.
Get out of here. I quit the show.
Isn't there a large cat from that area?
Oh,
like a white tiger or something?
Yeah.
No, that's Siberian.
Really cool dogs from there too, right?
Let's see, Serbian cat.
Good Serbian tiger. Like you're talking about.
It's just
Serbian
a little fluffy guy.
Oh, they're really cute. Are they the ones that like?
It auto-corrected to Siberian.
I think that's what we're thinking.
That is what we're thinking. I'm wrong, or I've confused 2 things.
I think you might have. I know
this is not an educational
I know what
stream.
Type of cat you're talking about.
Oh no, we started dumb. We're
gonna stay dumb.
Do we have cat pics live?
Cat pics live?
Can we get some cat pics on stream?
I just play a fucking video of cats right now.
What's
all I'm doing is looking up the iceberg stuff and ruining the long dark for myself.
It's a Pallas cat. Pallas is the thing I was thinking of anyway.
All right, let's see what Pallas cat.
They do the cute thing where.
Oh yeah. These guys.
Where they stand on the end of their tail to keep their little toe beans warm.
Oh.
There's a type of cat whose paws are so big to let it walk on top of snow. I thought it was these guys, but now I don't think it is. We're gonna watch a video of one of them discovering a camera. It's gonna be fucking cool.
This is a good one. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's the snow lynx.
Yes, that's the one.
Yep, they got great big tootsies.
They pounce on
Yeah, they dive through the snow to grab rats and stuff.
Yeah, they do a little butt.
Little
classic
Little butt
Kit Kat
wiggle.
butt
wiggle,
wiggle.
wiggle.
Mhm.
It's so funny when like specifically large cats, but even just any wild cat when they do the exact same shit that regular house cats do. You're
Oh my
like,
God.
look at you, big goof.
Ooh,
You
big
ever see
stretchy.
them like
Come
introduce
grab my grain.
where they like introduce boxes into like
Yeah.
cat enclosures, big
Yep.
cat enclosures?
And they do the same shit.
Yep. I also like when they throw like a pumpkin in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they just like gnaw on it. They're like, yeah, I'll fuck around with this thing. Like whatever.
Did you see when
I
they
guess
did
I'll
it
just
with
make a
like
big mess.
They did it with a mirror, and then like some cats freak out, some don't give a fuck. Like, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Also, saw a
Limited-
black bear
I
recently
know I'm
that
beautiful.
encountered a mirror and went hard on it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Dang.
Next video.
He must have been a tough looking bear,
Excellent.
you know, to scare himself in such a way.
Yeah.
Which could
That guy looks just like me.
he's
He
like
knows all my moves.
he's like, damn, that guy's big. He's like, that guy's jacked.
That guy's
Guy's looking
mad.
good.
Why you blame me?
He's like, wait a minute, maybe I'm just really confident.
That looks like he thinks he's as jacked as I am.
It's on stream right now. Check this shit out.
I see it.
He hits him with the juke move first too.
Fuck you, flat bear. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I really gotta quit drinking. Do you know okay, I'm gonna get into gaming now. If I just may make.
Sure,
a
I
hard
was
turn
gonna
here.
ask if anyone played any tabletop this past since the last time we did one of these, or
on Thursday.
any other games.
I had my Tuesday.
How was it?
To be honest, it was my DM has taken a crazy turn in like we have been caught in this momentary like time lapse where like at the very end of the segment like they could like he could make a deal with this like on and off again protagonist devil that's kind of been hounding us. But he's like good. He'll like you make deals with him, and then you have to do shittier things, and it like you know.
Monkey
So,
following
like,
you.
yeah,
Classic
like
devil shit.
exactly, like and like it's gotten to the point where it's like he's gotten promotions, and it's become like he's gone from an imp to like a larger sized devil. But yeah, like so there was like the only character that wasn't ensnared in this like time thing because we like didn't really look. We just kind of like ran into this spot. Was like ensnared, and the devil's like, "Yo, you're like trapped. Like you have to make a deal." And then like it was like midnight, so we called the session there, and he's like, "You guys don't have to make the deal, but like your characters will be thrusted in time, like some 100 years." Like he's like it'll have a crazy. He's like it's totally fine. You're not like he's like you're not ruining the game. You know it's totally fine. It's all prepared. It's not like But he's like if you and it really has like he's like I'm totally prepared. So I'm not railroading you to make this deal with the devil. It's just like just know that it's there. Yeah, like
this is an action of consequence.
right. It really is. It like and like we all like so we even like we made like a little separate Discord. To talk about, and it's funny because he made it like LeBron James' face and it's called The Decision because that's like he made everyone like talk about his team when he left Cleveland. But we don't know. We won't know until it's Monday. I won't know until tomorrow. Well, what his decision is. I actually should talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Oh my goodness! But I actually was so worried about it, and I was like, "Look, man, like my characters, I love my character so much. He's got on day session 1, we had like he's like you can have a minor magical item, and I went with the Pot of Awakening. So you like plant something in it, and then it has
Sativa.
Well, unfortunately, although I was kind of like pushing that angle a little bit, but I didn't want to play too stereotypical a druid. We had to find like blackberries at one point. So like I took a clippings, it propagated like a bush, and then put that in there, and like druid crafting or something. But then it becomes like sentient. It becomes like it has like intelligence. It understands your language.
Like a potted plant familiar. That's amazing.
But the pot breaks and it has like it can move around. Yeah, it has like intelligence, and it's not bound to you by any way. It could like leave if you mistreat it. It could like be like fuck you, I go away. But then
Just like Plants vs Zombies style. You just said it.
Right. So I always kind of imagine him kind of as like a Deku shrub, kind of with like a little snooty boy and everything, and like the sunken eyes. Mm-hmm. But he has like blackberries on him. But it's funny, like through like every time I play D&D game, if there's like a world building aspect to it, like I love to like sink my teeth into like having some sort of presence in the town or whatever. But since I was playing a druid, I like have like over, like 2 years like established like. First thing he did was like establish making a grove, like it's like some sort of new druid grove for the area. So now, like whenever I'm away, my plant familiar dude runs the town, runs my little druid grove, and it's the story's gotten. Obviously, it's like there's so much context lost, but it's just funny how like this stupid like day one decision. He's like a great character somehow, and he's cherished. His name is Mr. B for Blackberry. Because he's a blackberry bush. Yeah, we're really good writers over here. Top notch.
Mr. B. I think that's great.
I like it.
Yeah,
what's your character's name?
Enoch, the druid. I don't know why I named it that.
Cool name.
Yeah, cool ass name. And like they live really long time. Like druids like age longer. They like if you get to their capstone ability, which is like who does. But they like for every 1 year they would age, or like every 10 years is 1 year age for them. So you can like have this cool like old ass dude.
Yeah. Did you? But
like the crux.
Go ahead.
No, the only thing, like one last like little funny thing. It was like the crux of our campaign is like there is like some benevolent force known as the benefactor that's kind of like plotting against this burgeoning community inside this like newly found continent, and that it's like us going out and interacting with the world around it. But the bad guy is named the benefactor, and Mr. B, we're not sure if he is the main bad guy.
Oh shit!
He's probably not, but it's a very dry
sprout of the true evil.
Yeah,
I kind of did that It wound up happening in the Strange Aeons campaign that I ran.
It made me think of your campaign.
Nice. Yeah, our one character, one party member joined sort of after the other ones and originally played as like the chapter boss, and was planning originally, I think, on just sitting in for the boss fight, but they wound up convincing the character, the boss, to like join them. So he stuck around, and then in the like last leg of the journey, that character sort of lost their mind and split from the party, and then they wound up having to fight her in the final boss battle.
Dang, full circle.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
It was really epic. It was a good.
It's funny when if you listen to a lot of like any actual play, at some points the dice just tell the story. And you're like, oh, that's awesome! Like, great,
definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just recently started listening to the most recent campaign of Not Another D&D podcast. I don't know if we've ever talked about them before.
No, and I've only like one arc, only one or two arcs, a full like a good listen, and I didn't go through like I didn't stick with it, but that's because I was like inundated with actual play, and
sure. It's one of the only ones that I still listen to.
It's really good.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I like those. That cast a lot.
Yeah.
I actually have a video on the YouTube clip list, Jesse. If you care to cue that up.
Oh shit! Let's see.
Much as I like watching kitty cat videos.
No. I was just waiting for something more. I should have access to this somewhere.
I can send you the link in the Discord.
That would
Bang.
make us look the most professional.
We're so professional here.
It's only like the second time we've used it, so it's all good.
Thank God.
The video is Paw Paw's Note. Just a fun little gag. Someone drew. But the two of those people, what are their names? Brian Murphy and Emily Axford. I just started watching their college humor show called Hot Date. It's like, 3 and 4 minute bits centered around this couple that's just on dates. A lot of them are very, very funny. Some of them are kind of like, well, this is like
Yeah, but when you have to make that much content, I imagine, like, gosh,
for sure. Yeah, they can't all be hits, but they be hitting with the actual plays, man. They never like. There's never been any times where I'm like, wait, what's happening? Like, what are they actually trying to accomplish here?
Yeah,
like
they're
all really good at they're all really good at like staying on task and like actually, working with the narrative.
That's dope.
It's a good show. Highly
I
recommend.
agree. I enjoyed that. I approached the show just because it was always strongly recommended in all these like forums and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get the College Humor link between the casts, so I was like watching it for a while before I like kind of like dug into like reading about it a little bit. I was like, oh wait, like I've seen almost all of these people like actually do like skits and funny things that I've laughed at, like, and I just didn't draw all the parallels together.
Sure.
Because I'm a fool. Don't ever put a puzzle in my game. I will lose.
Right. Especially if there's a door involved.
Oh man, that wasn't
Some sort
even
of
a puzzle.
door? Oh god,
It
is
wasn't
it a
even a
regular
puzzle.
door?
Just a regular fucking door. That took us so long.
One of the best things about the Long Dark is you never have to find a safe combination. For whatever reason, the main character can just do that thing where he puts an ear up to the safe and knows how to unlock it.
Hell yeah. Every safe is weak.
Right. It's just like my ears are... I can fly a plane, survive in sub-zero temperatures, and my ears are great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey boss, why do we keep putting our stuff in here if everyone keeps taking it out? They're like, I don't know.
They're like, you know where I need to put this newspaper, beef jerky, and tinder plug? In this safe. This accelerant, we got to put it in this safe. It's very important.
This is going to be really valuable in like a month when some guy crashes his plane here.
Yep.
Yo, thank you for the subscribe, Punctual Pony. Subscribed for 2 months. I appreciate that. What a good bud.
Well, that's a good bud move.
That is a good bud move.
That seems punctual.
How are you this evening, PP?
PP.
Hope your Monday is ripping. I don't have to play it on the stream, but the Happy Birthday You're Not Special installment of the Hot Date series is extremely good for all of you that have worked in a restaurant before. I think we'll get supreme enjoyment from that.
I thought it was the NoFX song.
It is coincidentally the same title.
Yeah.
But
I was like, oh wait, that song's like 20 seconds.
exactly as long as any NoFX song needs to be.
Right.
Perfect. They're playing in Baltimore with the Descendants on October 1st. I mentioned it to Mikey, and he was like, do you think they're going to bring their walkers? I was like, fucking get him. I
saw the Adolescents a few years back, and I was like, it was like, dang, that was they definitely put their effort out there. They definitely were working hard for it, but it was And then man, the weirdest one was when I went and saw Stiff Little Fingers, because they were like, hey man, fuck the police, and a lot of people, you could tell there was like a vibe in the crowd where he started telling a story of like someone that was murdered by the police, and like you could tell like the crowd was getting like uncomfortable, and it's like, this is like a prominent punk band, like you guys were
right. This is like kind of mild, y'all.
Yeah, like why are you drawn to these people and this music, but not this message? Like I don't understand the music. The content of the music itself is about stuff like this. Like I don't understand how your brain works.
Do you remember when we saw Jello Biafra and what is it, the Guantanamo Bay or whatever they call themselves?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then he
School
was
of Medicine or something.
Yeah, the Guantanamo School of Medicine. Yeah, and then he was like actively like telling everybody to go out and vote. Yeah,
like vote Democrat. And
right. It was like Jello Biafra's telling me to vote. What is happening?
It was like I don't know. Just keep telling me to tell Nazi punks to fuck off. We'll take care of the rest.
Right.
But yeah, it's just weird.
Stop saying the N-word too, bud.
Yeah. Did you also see the people that played the Rage Against the Machine song during in support of
stupid fucking?
It's just like
brain dead, just completely, completely fucking brain dead.
Right, like there has to be nothing there.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just crickets chirping.
Does this have to do with the concert that they just played with Run the Jewels?
No. There's people that were
a while ago.
Yeah, just like the
Republican assholes playing the KKK song.
Oh Jesus!
Not just completely missing the whole fucking point.
The Dead Kennedys or Rage Against the Machine?
No, the Rage Against the Machine
song. Is it the Rodeo song?
Dead Kennedys still has the power to just completely repulse conservatives. Still sounds pretty alien even after all these years. Not many other bands bothered to try and sound like Dead Kennedys.
No.
Yeah, I mean for the best.
Yeah.
Like they just had their own, own thing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's distinct enough that I feel like that's probably why it didn't happen, because it would be like, oh, there's that other band that does the Dead Kennedys guitar parts.
Right, exactly. Like between those sick guitar parts and Jello's character, and I think Marcus Parks said it really well when he said nobody was doing anything that edgy and having that much fun. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But then I mean,
old videos of them, you can definitely tell they're having a blast.
Oh yeah. But I mean, conservatives have been
I would always argue that's the most important thing.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, fucking Nazis have been thinking the Dead Kennedys were pro-Nazis since the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's it's.
You guys didn't read the lyrics, did you?
It takes a profound type of stupidity to, I think, to get something that aggressively wrong.
Absolutely.
There's subreddits dedicated to people that are just so convincingly wrong. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
How they they're like, you could have Googled this before you
right.
The same technology that allowed you to share your opinion, you could have educated yourself.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Or at least double checked. Sometimes before I get into a big argument, I'll do a quick little okay, Tom, what are you talking about?
Just make sure we got some facts straight.
Right.
Yep.
And then you know what I always end up doing? Not posting anything.
Yep, that's the way to go.
That's just a waste of your time. Don't ever argue with people on the internet.
Yep.
Nope.
Argue with stupid, they'll bring you down to their level and beat you with experience.
Yeah, buddy.
I saw a shirt, I think, that had a pretty good sentiment on it. It said, "Don't argue with people John Brown would have shot."
Yeah, I love that.
Pretty good. Have you guys seen the John Brown show, The Good Lord Bird?
No.
I just watched the first 3 episodes of it. Oh shit! Is that Paul on the plane?
Holy shit! John Brown's an abolitionist dude, right? That was super anti-slavery and a real badass about it.
Yeah, his other good quote, which I paraphrased for a crime cat, was I believe he said if the he didn't say oppressors, but what I said in the comic was, so he said if the oppressors believe God is on their side, why do they protest when I send them to him?
That is a pretty tough one.
Yeah, fucking crazy badass. It's a good show. You could
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. You can kind of tell that they wanted to just do a movie. Hey, Paul. The Good Lord Bird.
Did you guys ever know about the Crasaps War, which was the battle between Maryland and Pennsylvania, between the two lines?
Oh.
This dude that was the governor of Maryland really wanted Philadelphia to be part of Maryland, so he kept attacking Philadelphia, which was treasonous, and eventually Pennsylvania
weird
won.
Way to go about it.
Yeah. Eventually Pennsylvania won, and they grabbed the guy and they fucking hung him. But like his last words were something along the lines of like, "I can't think of a nicer city to die in all of Maryland." When they hung him in Philly.
What a profound loser statement, though.
Right, exactly.
He's like, you know what? You know what, buddy? Sure.
This will show him.
Mm-hmm. Going out swinging.
That's very, very funny. Oh, going out swinging. Get it? Because they hanged him?
Hey!
Hey-oh.
Oh my god, they were talking about
Give you the vote of confidence and assume you did that on purpose.
Hey, please keep assuming I'm actually funny intentionally.
Ah, come on, you make good jokes all the time.
Thank you.
Good joke, man.
I'm going to get us back on track and talk about playing the Long Dark a little bit, which has been really fun still. I don't know where I am, and I just ended a part where it was like, you're done, and then it was like, do you want to keep going on to the next chapter? And I said, yeah, that's a strange thing to ask in the middle of a game. I do. And then it showed me a recap, and I got really intimidated because I was like, I don't remember any of this. Did I miss everything? What happened?
Oh, no. You spent too long doing side quests only.
That's exactly it. I actually watched a recap video, and I was like, I remember that guy that I pulled the knife out of now. Okay. And that crazy.
What game is this again?
The Long Dark?
Long Dark.
It's a really fun game. I've gotten very frustrated with it at points, but honestly...
First person? Third person?
First person survival game that has either survival mode or a really cool story mode. It's very beautiful game.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Great art.
Great art. The main character is really fucking annoying in my opinion. But every time I've been frustrated with the game, it's because I've either like pushed myself too far or like gone too fast or like didn't like play it smart like I would like if I were actually in the scenario. You know what I mean?
Sure.
My one gripe though is every now and then I get stuck being too tired to do things, and I literally have to like go back and save because like I can't get out of a place and I can't go to sleep without a bedroll, but I can't climb down this fucking rope because I'm too over encumbered. Like, so there's like every now and then I have to like backtrack in those ways, but when I put the game down and come back to it with a fresh head, I'm always like, nah, this game rules. That's on me.
I was the one that was wrong. Sorry, game. Take me back. Take me back, game.
Yep.
It does a good job of like it's tough but fair. Like
Yeah, totally.
whenever you die, you're like, I know exactly why I died.
That's true. As long as
And
you
it was definitely because of something I did.
Yeah.
feel.
I got so mad I just went to a pack of wolves and just fucking killed all of them. I was just like unloading on these motherfuckers, just taking my anger out.
I'll never need these bullets again.
I ended up like reloading an older save, but I was like, I feel better.
Oh, I've like shot a horse by accident in Red Dead and reloaded. So I'm like, oh no, I can't be having wounded horse on my gosh.
Yeah, I've definitely crashed the ever-loving shit out of my horse in that game a bunch of times and was like, man, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to like start the mission over again. I'm like, why can't I trust the autopilot?
Right.
Why does it have autopilot if it's gonna run me into a fucking tree
That
or
was
another horse head on?
That was a real pain in the ass in the first one after you had like one of the apocalyptic horses. And then you're like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
well, there goes pestilence. I guess I'll never see it again. I guess
horse.
that statement sounds good, but like I wanted that horse.
Right, that shit looked cool as hell. Looked like Soul Reaver.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Reaver the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember using the auto ride in the first one.
I don't think it had auto ride.
Red Dead Redemption. Okay. What were you just talking about?
Just genuinely fucking up and like your horse leaves you.
I got you. I understand now.
You know, somebody takes your horse and then they take your other horse.
Dang. Oh, dude. They just so rude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That
Horse theft. That's why they hang dudes that do it.
Oh my
It's the
god.
weirdest crime.
Yep.
You can't be thinking that's someone's buddy.
That's someone's living, to be honest.
What if you steal a horse and it doesn't even like you?
You wouldn't download
What
a
if you
horse,
steal?
would you?
What if you steal
You
a
wouldn't
horse and you
download
can't
a
even
horse.
kickflip it?
You wouldn't kickflip a horse.
You want to fucking bet?
Go for initiative.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
But I recommend everybody play the Long Dark, and I'm close to. I really want to look up the stuff that you sent me in the iceberg meme. I'm like,
oh yeah, the iceberg meme was cool.
Do you think
I'm really about to just start looking that stuff up because I just can't be patient enough to finish the game before I start looking into creepy.
You should bring up
theories
the
about
Long
it.
Dark trailer while we're talking about it.
Hell yeah, good idea. You're smart.
Try.
Did you see that fun-looking game, Cult of the Lamb?
Yeah, it looks super cute and super fun, and I like the art.
Yeah, I
It
like
is
the
very
art.
cute. I played the demo. I wasn't super impressed.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
games.
It's
like,
very, very basic. It's like
It's all visuals.
yeah. But like yeah, the art's good. Just not super engaging, at least to me. I also don't really super go for that type of game, though I have been playing a lot of Heroes of Hammerwatch.
I've been seeing you playing that. What
It's
fucked up for us last
it's a
time when
really
we tried to play
good,
together?
like, just the multiplayer kept disconnecting, and that was happening when me and Denver were trying to play it too. So like, I feel like that's just a consistent problem. When you
Hamburger's whack.
start it up, you can start it in DirectX 9, which
that might
for
help.
some reason make the multiplayer more stable. It's the only thing that I can think of, but it's a really good it's it takes about a half an hour to do a run, and it's usually pretty satisfying. And the rate of progress, the actual level ups are pretty slow, but getting the money and the ore to upgrade the buildings in the town is like satisfying. You get like a good enough amount every time that you don't feel like you're just punching the ocean.
More games need a hub world like that. I like
I
hub worlds
feel like a
that
lot of
make
them do.
progress.
Like Hades kind of had the same thing, but I fucking hated Hades. That shit was
It's a
so
roguelike,
bad.
right?
I
Yeah,
started
I
playing
guess
Hades.
Heroes
and I
of
failed.
Heroes of
Hammerwatch
Hammerwatch
is
is a
good.
roguelite.
Yeah.
Roguelite, I guess.
I'm not a fan of the animation style. I just can't really like when they get
Oh,
really
really?
stiff. Well, when they
Talk
get
about
really
Long
stiff,
Dark
like,
or
no, like Hades.
Hades, yeah.
But Hades was fine. Like it was better, but like you see these games that like have been creeping up, and they're all under the roguelite like category, and like they will seem interesting enough, but then it's just like this like cell shaded like I don't know, like it looks like a South Park character almost, like moving
Yeah,
cardboard.
totally.
And, like, and you're like this isn't very good.
Totally.
But I mean, to each your own. But I just never really, I don't know, never really gave that much of a shot, I guess.
I played it for a fair number of hours, and I'm confident in saying you didn't miss much if you didn't play it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did you like Sword? You'll love slightly longer Sword.
Does
Did you
sound
like shooting a bow and standing still? We've got that too.
But
Hold
can
your
I
horse.
shoot the bow on a horse?
No horses,
Mm.
as far as I'm aware.
Oh my!
But cool art. The one thing that I definitely did like about Hades was the music. The music is all just like this, like not like funky, but like just like really driving, cool, dark bass lines. And that's that shit I do like.
Yeah. Oh, they do that in the Long Dark. You'll be like walking through the forest, and it's like that violin kicks in, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, Long Dark has good music for sure. Long Dark has good everything.
But this is like bassy kind of music. You're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can you beatbox it for me? Give me an impression.
The main one that I'm thinking of is, I believe it's the, let's see if I can just find it. Hades, what's the, like, let's try Hades Hub music. This one?
I can't hear it.
I'm not
Okay.
playing it yet.
Cool.
Well, I won't be able to play it for you. I'm still trying to figure out if this is the thing I'm thinking of.
Okay, if you send it, I'll play it. I also am going to have to.
I mean, it kind of just
repeat.
it does kind of all rule. I just can't find the lick I'm thinking of. Full album, damn, 2.5 hours long. Give me a track
Damn.
list. Whatever. This
Whatever,
first track is good enough. Sending the whole album to the Discord. If you want to kick that on with sound.
I'm gonna play it and then pee real quick.
Sick. Yeah, we can. You guys want to do a little fiver here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
Almost at an hour.
Sounds good.
Cool. I guess we'll probably get a DMCA or whatever, cease and desist, or they'll mute our stream. But
Sure, they can take.
it's 2 hours of that Hades music, so you can just put it on.
Yes.
Put it on for the folks at home to listen to while we pee and get beers and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeehaw.
Oh, do you want to do a shot?
Yeehaw!
Back?
Oh, does the Pope shit in a wooden room?
I don't know him personally, but yes. Do Pope shit?
That's the correct answer.
Whoa, this does
But-
rip. Holy shit.
Right?
This reminds me of the Who, like the Who, but it's HU. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
Oh, I'll play them for you. They're like I don't know what nationality it is, but it has like what I would describe as like throat singing metal.
Okay.
I guess a
Wait,
lot
what
of
are they
metal's
called?
throat sing. The Who, but it's HU.
Okay. I think I might know what you're talking about.
They have a song called Wolf Totem. It's really cool. They're a Mongolian folk metal band.
Hell yeah. I am pretty sure I have actually.
I think we've talked
heard them.
But catch you guys in 5.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks
Paul,
for tuning in, everyone out there. Punctual Pony, thank you again for the subscribe. And we'll be back in, I don't know, 5-ish minutes.
Yeah, Pony, order a shot and take it with us if you want.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
I am returned. Oh, fuck, this soundtrack straight rips.
Hello.
Yo, yo, yo. Hi, Dong.
Good, man. Yeah, the Hades music fucking rules.
Hell yeah, it does. Paul said it's not playing, but my feedback says it is.
He's probably only on the Discord.
Only on the Discord. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Nailed it.
Nailed it! Now, walking from the bar towards my gate and walking past, I don't know, 600 people in line to
To board?
get their flights changed. Because shit apparently is going down. I don't know. I hope
Dude.
it's not impacting me.
Flying in storms, scary biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
It's like when we
Safe
flew back
travels
from,
to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm got a couple minutes before I board in. I'm not paying for airline or airport hotel shots, so I'm ready with my own whenever you guys want.
Hell yeah. This guy travels in style. Should we
man.
wait for time?
Yeah. I mean, you have time, Paul?
Yeah, I got like 5 minutes.
Cool.
Great.
If he's not here in 5, we'll just do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen for me regardless. You guys do.
Yeah. The first time I flew in a storm was when we came back from our European honeymoon. And it was supposed to be the easiest flight of the fucking trip. It was just 45 minutes from Boston to DC, but we flew into a storm and we got like delayed for 2 hours on both runways and then had like the scariest roller coaster ass experience. And everybody's flights got canceled in the DC airport, so like we walked in to like just like people sleeping in the lobby and shit. It was a really wild experience.
Well, I'm flying to Boston right now, so doing great jobs. My confidence here.
Tell the
I believe in you.
Dropkick Murphys we said hello.
Yep. Ship it up to Boston.
Buy my wooden leg.
I love The Departed. The opening credits every time that fucking song starts. I cannot help but laugh. There's just something so funny about both of those guys' voices and the bagpipes. I just can't do it. It just makes me laugh so hard.
That's so funny.
It's been a traditional kind of hype up song for me over the years. I mean, many years ago, actually more than now. But
As a hockey fan,
yeah, exactly.
Shipping Up to Boston is played at every fucking hockey game.
Even the ones that aren't Boston teams.
Oh yeah, they just don't play the word Boston.
They're just so So hyped for the Dropkick Murphys. There is that
pretty
video,
hypey
though,
song.
of the one guy, like some dude gets up on stage with them and starts doing a Nazi salute, and the dude just pulls his guitar off and completely nails the guy in the back of the head with it, and
Oh,
just
I love
like
that.
puts him down.
I haven't seen that, but that is amazing.
It is pretty incredible from what I recall. He really he fucking lets that Nazi piece of shit have it, and it's
That's
really
great.
Oh,
Fucking love it when
Nazi
Nazis do it.
folks.
Good. He's
Yeah.
like, in case this was ever in question, Nazis are not welcome at Dropkick Murphys shows.
That's awesome because it was in question for a little bit, right? Like I remember people were like talking about how they like cater to skinhead brands and stuff. So it's really good to hear that they took a hard stance on that fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I had not heard any speculation of their affiliation in that regard. I imagine if they were ever like, you know, I would imagine it would be like Sharps or whatever. Skinheads was like a. You know,
Oh
that
yeah,
was-
Sharps is skinheads
Another-
against racial prejudice, I believe, right?
Yeah. And originally, the original skinheads were Jamaican immigrants, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right about that too.
Are we sure this all didn't just like start as people that just, you know, started balding early?
Yeah, dudes are like, "Fuck, I'm 20 and my hairline is 5 inches back. I'm so angry. I'm gonna wear suspenders and Doc Martens about
I
it."
bought these docks with the white shoelaces.
They came with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh well, I reckon it's been about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We miss you, Tommy.
Shipping up to Tommy. Whoa. Alright.
Jesse, do you want to kill the Hades music now that we're back?
Oh,
I just
yeah,
realized
sure.
it's still going.
That shit's bumping.
I forgot to
Right.
unmute.
I
there it
thought that might have been the case. Everybody ready for a shot? Just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Cheers,
fucking
everybody.
go.
Thanks for
Slancha.
tuning
do it.
in. time
Hey,
as always.
cheers. Let's get it.
May your coffin be made of 100-year oak, and may that tree be planted tomorrow.
Hey. Be real old.
May our dicks always be harder than our lives.
To the kisses we've snatched, and vice versa.
Hell yeah.
Hell, Hades, yeah.
Oh, got him.
Tommy, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I know, like, you're relatively new to computer gaming. Have you downloaded the Epic browser just so you can have their free games?
Yes, I have
awesome.
I got that, John.
Unrailed?
I was gonna say,
Oh,
did you catch Unrailed?
I thought I queued that, but I don't know. Here, I'm queuing it up right now. I was actually just downloading Portal 2.
The three of us should definitely play.
Oh,
some
nice.
on
Is that
sale
free
at some
on
point.
Epic now?
No, not
Portal?
Portal.
No.
No. I got
Yeah.
that off.
It probably has been at some point.
I found a
Definitely.
new YouTube
I have
channel.
it on Steve on Steam.
You know the Steve Summer Sale? He's selling all his games. I started following this YouTuber. I think his name is FVTV. It's like he's the dude that did the Long Dark or the Iron Lung videos. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So he's the dude that like he's a gaming programmer guy. He makes his own games using Unity. So like he goes into games like Iron Lung and he like does code magic to be able to see like how the game actually functions.
That's cool.
Which is super cool. Yeah. He does all these really cool Subnautica reviews and like different versions of Subnautica because he's super into it. I'm actively losing where this was going, but
Oh dang! I
Dude's
think
games?
I think he did a video where it was can I beat portals without any portals?
Oh, I think I actually have seen that. I don't remember if he can. I don't think he can.
He probably
Can he?
can't.
It seems like you ought not to be able to.
But he also did like, can I beat Subnautica without any vehicles, and can I beat Subnautica without building any bases?
What was the game you guys were talking about?
Unrailed.
Unrailed.
It was
I think
free.
super
It was
fun
free
little
last
multiplayer.
week. Yeah.
Oh.
But even full price, I think it's. I would be surprised if it was more than $10.
Max, right? Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Got a bunch of demos too. If you were like,
Oh yeah, it's cool that demos are kind of making a comeback.
They are.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot more games in the past, I don't know, year maybe, have demos, which I think is a trend that ought to continue because it helps.
Yeah.
It helps a lot to decide if I'm gonna spend money on a thing.
yeah,
I absolutely agree.
Like I got that. We talked last time about Blood Roots. I played the demo of that, and it was a lot of fun. And now it's on my wish list, so that when I have money again, I can get it.
Hell yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
I think
Good
I might
shit.
finally play The Last of Us 2. I'm gonna replay the first one, and then I think I'm finally gonna play The Last of Us 2.
I
love
was thinking
Last
about
of Us.
playing the
Top
Last of
5
Us too.
games.
I never
I
played
really-
either of them.
Oh, so good.
I played the first one. I really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I played it after like I had gotten like the whole rundown of the storyline.
Yeah.
It also had a really sick multiplayer that I think was overlooked.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a funny game to put multiplayer in.
That's what you'd think, right? But it was actually really well done.
Oh shit. I mean, that's was that Naughty Dog?
Yeah.
Same studio that did Uncharted
And Crash Bandicoot. Yep.
I was gonna say Crash Bandicoot, and they did the other one, Jack and Daxter, back in the day.
Yep. Naughty Dog is good
They
shit.
splintered off from Crystal Dynamics, I believe,
You're
who
getting
developed
into that
the
deep good.
original Soul Reaper,
Looks like they also did.
I think.
Okay. Really?
Pretty sure that's the
Naughty Dog.
that was
Soul
the lineage.
Reaper connection. Following Legacy of Kain Defiance, Hennig departed Crystal Dynamics to work for Naughty Dog, where she directed Jak 3 and the Uncharted series.
Well, would you look at that?
Amy Hennig. Yep, I knew it. I knew there was a connection.
Very cool.
When are they gonna make the final Legacy of Kain? It should be called Legacy of Kain Redemption. It's full-powered old Kain with the Heart of Darkness and the fresh, brand new Soul Reaver.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I would honestly.
And he goes and fights fucking young Kain at the pillars as they collapse. He's like, look, you can't possibly understand this, but I have to kill you.
That's amazing.
And if you kill me, also pretty tight.
Dude, I would
And then
take
young
a
Kane's
full-blown-
like, what the fuck? Old Kane's just like, dude, trust me.
I'd take a full-blown remake of fucking Blood Omen, man.
That would be very cool. It would be very cool if I wasn't 100% sure that they
they'd
would try
fuck
and
it
make it a Dark Souls.
Yeah. Oh my god, if it was a fucking hate your life game, I'd be so pissed.
It would 100% give it the Souls-like combat.
It does.
There's
the
no
area.
other thing that they would do.
It lends itself to that. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Sort of like vampire-y, hard. I get why they would want to do that, but like, fucking don't.
Right. Yeah. Not gonna improve it, I don't think.
No.
Can we take a moment to appreciate how derpy Kain was?
Yeah, Blood Omen and Blood Omen 2, Kane's character designs are just pretty questionable. I'm peeking in from the side.
And then he got really like, I mean, I don't even know if this is an accurate thing to say, but I wanted to say he got kind of Twilighty.
He definitely got like 90s goth in Blood Omen 2.
Right.
But
so
I feel
did
like the Soul Reaver design is just a very cool monster design. Like, yeah, that's like very.
Oh, but this, look at this.
Like you can hear the guitar solo behind this guy.
Wow.
Ivan, name all these characters. I know you know them by heart right away. I know one of them's
Okay.
called Malik.
Top left is Malik's skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Right side is Malik's soul trapped in his armor.
Yep.
Bottom left is Vorador, and guy in the middle is, I believe, Mortanius.
Mortanius, that's right. Vorador was my boy.
Mortanius the Necromancer.
Yep. Vorador is your enemy at first and then becomes your friend, right? Spoiler warnings if you haven't played since 1992. Doesn't he hook you up at some point?
I don't think he's your enemy as much as his house is a pain in the ass to get to.
That's right. That's right. God damn.
But then once you get there, he's like, "Yo, what up? Want me to tell you about vampire shit?" And Kane's like, "No, I want vengeance." And he's like, "Yeah, that's pretty much vampire shit."
He's like, we're on the same page, bud.
Yeah.
That's everybody that gets turned into a vampire immediately wants revenge. We get it. Ve Victus, bro.
It's a bum deal.
Do you even Ve Victus?
Do you even Victus, bro?
Dost thou?
Tommy, were you a Blood Omen? Were you a Legacy of Kain fan?
No, I think he looked a lot like oh, you know what's funny? I was thinking of Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same series.
Baby
different
Kain.
character though.
Not actually Baby Kain, but Baby Kain.
BB
Right.
King.
Not it does, if you know anything about Legacy of Kain, what I said doesn't make a fucking lick of sense, but it's fine. Just go with it.
Yeah. Rolling with it.
Yep.
Oh, what is this Kain? I hate it.
Crazy.
Because I always thought the Soul Reaver dude looked like like he just looked like Nightcrawler.
He does look like
Sure.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he's even got that same like floppy hair.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 fingers.
Oh,
I was like, hey, that's my man's Nightcrawler. What you
yeah.
doing?
I didn't even think about the 3 fingers. That's crazy.
Whoa, look at this Kain. This Kain looks like, oh my god. What actor does he look like? Oh my god. I can picture the actor, but you know how I am with actor names.
Oh my.
Oh.
I think he was in one of the, like, Pirates of the Caribbean. Not Johnny Depp.
Oh, Orlando Bloom?
Is it Orlando Bloom?
I don't know. Can you make him
I
a
don't
little
think
bit
so.
bigger on the stream? Not really. Really make
You
him
know the
out.
meme where he's like, first time?
Oh, James Franco.
James Franco, that's it. Yeah.
He does kind of look like James Franco.
He's got big James Franco energy right there, right?
I'm not crazy, right?
He doesn't look quite as goofy as James Franco does.
Take that.
But I think that might just be because the first movie I saw him in was Pineapple Express, where he's like
Yeah, that's when I became.
extremely stoned.
Huh. I wonder why.
When you became what, Tommy?
No, James Franco. I don't really remember him. I'm sure I saw movies before, but the first time I remember him being like, yeah, that guy's funny, or like having a memory of him. Like, what's some of his really big hits? Like, what? Why is he so goddamn?
He was in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're right. He was.
Harry Osborn.
He was Harry Osborn.
Oh, yeah, he was. Fuck, that's right.
He's been in. I'm sure he's
And
been in a bunch of
what's
other
the
bullshit.
North Korea one? The interview.
yeah.
Oh, the interview. Yeah, see, that's I feel like that's when they were once he became part of the Seth Rogen comedy house
true,
of
true,
that, then I that's when I was aware of him. But his previous career was when I was I just remember him being I guess handsome man, handsome
Was he
actor
in
man.
Freaks and Geeks?
Was he on Freaks
Yeah.
and Geeks?
Shit.
No, that's really a question. I have no idea.
Oh,
Well, let's find out.
that's That's at least 2 of us that don't know the answer to that question.
I think he was, but I don't know if he was like a regular. Here, cast.
Oh yeah. Yep. 18 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, how long was Freaks and Geeks? Was it more than 18 episodes?
That's a good question.
It's only 1 season long, Freaks and Geeks.
Believe that. 18 episodes.
Yeah,
They must have been on each one.
Yeah. He was.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember this.
Daniel Desario. Character's name. Never watched that show. I'm kind of surprised to find out that it was on at late. I would have guessed earlier 90s.
I'm watching this.
I'll be honest, I've not watched more than like an episode of it, but it has like a whole bunch of like people that are big name stars these days.
Yeah, it just so happened.
Call
that
your
there's,
dogs. I'm sorry.
Jesse deep in the Legacy of Kain hole.
God, this
shit's so tight. But I feel like we were talking about this recently. Was that on stream or just in regular conversation?
Literally every
Just
how kick flip a horse we talk about Kane, but yeah.
It's awesome. Proud tradition. But yeah, it's so disorienting because it's like 3 different cinematic sequences in a row, and you're like, where am I in any of this?
Right, like why am I just a human in a bar getting drunk?
Am I the armor guy?
And
no.
then immediately,
am I the cool vampire guy? No.
Right.
The game's finally starting, and it's a top-down isometric view, and I'm just some schlub.
With an impossible to win
fight. And I've been murdered immediately.
You are hereby damned. I have so many sound clips stuck in my head from these videos.
This is a brutal exchange for the man.
So brutal. Oh, there's the Pillars of Nosgoth. Yes.
And then, who's this lady? Am I playing as her? Oh, nope. Am I playing as the guy that stabbed her? Nope.
Nope, nope.
Oh, the scales are
There, that's me. I'm already stabbed. Huh.
Wow, they're really... is there like a lot of narrative going on?
He's going, hey Victus, suffering to the conquered.
Yep.
And then he's talking about Malik running up on him.
To the conquered. Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain.
As pedestrian as physical pain.
And anger. The hunger.
It's really goth,
all I wanted.
Fun goth. Like you can tell that this is like
little tongue in cheek.
They've got this turned up to 10 on purpose. Yeah.
And everything that you've seen is before you ever get to control everything. This is all prelude.
Yeah. I kinda got that vibe. I like how many people have just been chest stabbed.
Yeah, there's a lot of
prominent theme throughout the series.
Now you're the main character. He was kind of like a kitty cat.
By the way, take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna drop here.
Love you, Paulito. Have a safe flight. Let us know you land okay if you think about it.
Well, I will definitely do that. Thanks, guys. It's been fun being just a part, like an observer on the podcast.
Your mind shut our dreams and blinded you.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
Keep your distance.
Oh, this is the ghost of the
you
chick
back
that
to hell,
died
spirit.
hitting the little
There
flamey
is
lantern,
nothing
right?
left of me to fear,
Yep.
vampire.
The scales of
And only a
balance.
That's
shadow
it.
of my former self, Ari, the balance of the circle of 9.
Pillars
Even
have
so,
become
I can
corrupted,
provide
Kane.
answers you seek.
It's
Like,
I
don't be
see
talking that shit, lady.
There is
Speaking
no
riddles,
cure
I'm
for
not
death.
into it.
Only release.
really
go
Just
for a whiskey
must
coke
just
right
some
now.
guy.
The sorcery that is
I
my
have
poison
got
in
it.
Nosgoth.
If it
Only
wouldn't
then
drain out
will
through
you
my sword
realize
wound
peace.
that never healed.
The
Dude,
9
Tommy, you trying to come
Right
down
now.
for MD
sworn
Ren
to
Fair?
use their powers to preserve our
Oh
world.
boy,
Now
when
these
is that?
powers have been
It starts this
corrupted.
weekend, but
You
we
guys should
usually
dress
go
as
in
Kane and
October.
Rosie.
Yeah, I usually go in the October months.
No,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
Octoberers too. Yeah. I just got
Yeah.
my kilt. I'm
Now
ready
he
to go.
spreads misery and pain on the sun.
Right on.
With his
Yeah,
eyes so
like-
shut, I love
The
him.
foundation
Alas,
of
poor
Oh.
Northraptor.
You
I knew him
must
well.
Raptor, yeah.
Well, not
You
really.
must write the pillars of Nosgoth.
I used to make him say
Yeah,
that line
that's-
over and over.
World.
Then
It's a
for
good,
yourself.
I mean, like that
Kane.
line is a good indication
Beware
of like
the
the
unspoken.
actual tone of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, let's not let's not take this too seriously. It's about vampires fighting each other.
Seeking wisdom? Death has taught you well.
But it
Enough
also,
philosophy.
like, it winds up being
Answer.
like one of the best like time travel stories.
Yeah, I mean it beats Time Cop and Terminator.
In video games for sure. I've never actually seen Time Cop.
I'm actually pretty sure that Time Cop does good time travel stuff. I've heard.
Yeah, that's cool.
It stayed true to the nuances.
I just remember there was a physics class at University of Delaware that had a section on time travel, and I didn't take it, but somebody else did, and they were like, Time Cop's good, Terminator bad.
Huh.
But this is all conversation I had at a drunken party.
Sure. I mean, I feel like that's when easily 98% of time travel conversations take place.
Mm-hmm. And college learning.
That or on live streams. My favorite time travel movie is definitely Primer. You guys ever seen that?
Negative.
It's fantastic. It's incredibly dry, but super, super cool. And the time travel mechanics are totally airtight. And it works really well and asks a lot of fascinating questions about the natures of reality and consciousness and causation.
That sounds dope.
And it's, I think it's 90 minutes long. It was filmed for $5,000.
Damn. Fuck yeah.
Shot, directed, edited, and starring all the same guy.
That's amazing.
It's like it's two main dudes in the movie, but the one main dude is the guy that wrote, directed, and shot it.
Oh yeah.
Like every time he's not on camera, he's holding the camera. Music too. Shane Carruth is his name. He did another even weirder movie called Upstream Color that I also really enjoyed.
Okay.
I think that one actually might have just been a Netflix original. So it's probably still on Netflix.
Yeah, I guess they don't leave when they're originals.
Yeah, that is my thought. I might be wrong about that, but if you got, it's got to be on there somewhere. And if you can find it, it's a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Both of those movies, extremely good.
Yo, is this Homeboy's house that's really pain in the ass to get to?
Looks like it.
Also, chained up skeleton out front of the door. I'm doing that for Halloween. That's amazing.
the big skull door knocker, I think, is really cool.
Do you guys have Halloween costume ideas yet? I think I might do the main the warlord from the Baseball Furies.
Oh, that's tried and true.
Mm-hmm. The
tried and true classic. Yellow and blue face guy
with the lip curl. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good. Warriors is always a good source for costumes.
Mm-hmm. And then you can either get other Baseball Furies, or you can get one person representing each gang. Like there's good.
Sure.
Right. You can just all.
Just get a red vest and headband and be the Warriors.
I was holding ass. Coach Ice.
I'm gonna shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle. My favorite line from that movie.
What is it? That motherfucker looks think he's a god. Hell yeah! What an amazing movie. I want to get my wife to watch that movie. I don't know if I can sell it to her.
Pretty good.
It's not up her alley, but like I feel like she might like it.
I mean, just tell her it's completely weird as hell.
It is weird as hell.
I feel like that's the main reason to see it, is that it's a super unique movie. Like there's not really a lot else that's like of that era and of that scale. Because it's the story's based on the Aeneid.
Okay.
Of Virgil.
Bless you.
Yeah, excuse me.
Gesundheit. That's why the dude's name is the two main or like the two like lead dudes are Swan and Ajax. I forget what Swan is, but I think that might be Aeneas. I think that's Swan and.
Okay, because you say Virgil, and I think the owl guy from Mighty Max.
I think of Dante's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So wait, what are you talking about here? The
same guy.
No, don't go whatever that is. Oh, here's how you can use the Waters app in Google Maps.
Sheesh! Did you just
Waters
see that?
app.
Yeah. You can download this Waters plugin for Google Maps, and it'll show you all the fucking. Like,
that's cool.
Watersheds. So yeah, everybody water.
Wait, what?
Data processing.
That's very cool.
I just accidentally clicked one of my my browser links, and it opened.
Send that to me. Send me this information.
Send it to me.
Give me the water.
Give me the resources.
Virgil Swan. Let's see what comes up. Smallville.
The Aeneid.
The Aeneid. You're gonna have to spell that before I accidentally end up on a porn site.
I believe it's Aeneid.
Neid is what Google is suggesting.
Okay, well, close enough.
I'm not trying to correct you, just
it's basically just another take on the Odysseus story.
Oh, okay, cool.
Slightly different. I think it's the idea is Aeneas and his boys don't win the Trojan War, and they just bail.
Everything that happens in Odysseus is them coming back from the war, right? Or the Odyssey, or is it the Iliad? The Iliad's like on their way, right?
The Odyssey is them. No, I guess the Odyssey is them on their way.
And then the Iliad's them something like that.
The Iliad's his son, I think. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I read the Greek classics, but I know the Warriors is specifically based on the Aeneid.
The Aeneid is
they're getting like chased the whole damn time.
That totally makes sense.
It's a big old poem.
Yep, long
big
poem.
Ass poem.
EPA.gov/water data. Oh, that's the link for.
Yeah, if you ever want to play
Water
with,
guy.
Our studio data statistics, and I got you. I got you, fam, on data statistics and water. Not as much as Tommy's brother Jimmy's got you, because that motherfucker does crazy data analysis.
He's got a lot of data.
Crazy data.
Motherfucker just went on crazy motherfucking data. All types of fucking data.
All types of fucking data. What the fuck you mean is he fucking smart? All types of fucking facts coming out his brain.
All types of motherfucking facts.
Laying there like a newborn, like a newly graduated fucking
exactly.
college professor.
Like a newborn fucking doctorate program, God. Is he smart?
Oh shit.
Hell yeah. One of my favorite.
Very funny.
When I started getting into climbing, Jimmy was telling me how he hiked up El Capitan in Yosemite. Mm-hmm. And just like a brief backstory, every single climbing route in America is like gold standard to El Capitan. That's like what all the rating system is based off of. But he did this like multiple hour, like 10-mile hike up this fucking cliff basically, and was feeling like a badass, and looked over the edge, and then like somebody threw a bag over, and they just like finished climbing up the sheer vertical surface of it. And he was like, it was the most humbling thing that I've ever experienced.
Yeah, like, ooh.
Hey man, need a hand?
Right.
That's wild. Yeah.
Somebody free soloed it. This dude Alex Honnold climbed up it with no rope, 3,000 feet.
Is that what that movie Free Solo is about?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I think I saw the trailer for that. I didn't watch the movie. Jenna did. She used to be into rock climbing, and then she hurt her back.
I heard that. I was like, yo, I'd love to fucking rock climb with more friends. That sounds awesome.
You'd probably do like a small wall somewhere.
Small wall.
Small wall.
Small wall. People's champ.
Yeah, there's like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there's easy clients like we could get her on at a gym that are like, just like if it feels any amount of uncomfortable, stop. We'll lower you. But I don't want to like push somebody with an injury.
I mean,
or anything.
it's been a long while since she last went climbing. I know, and I feel like it might be because that is the point that she was at. But regardless of that, I'm glad that you're enjoying a new hobby.
Oh man, I've never had such an like the two greatest workouts I've ever had in my life were when I was training capoeira and doing rock climbing. It's all like I've got these muscles that I didn't know.
One's for the legs, one's for the arms.
Yeah, buddy. It's a full body workout.
The fingies
and the forearmies.
Yeah, my fingers and forearms were the rare couple times that I went to the climbing gym with Jenna. I only ever did the bouldering.
Okay, yeah, bouldering is a lot harder than top roping, straight up and down.
Went 3 times total.
That's amazing.
And all the times I was like, I don't think I want to keep doing this because my arms hurt too much.
That's what I go for. I want to be sore. I want to be so.
Also, my favorite.
A lot of work.
See that? Yeah, no, that's too much for me. My favorite part also was not the climbing; it was the jumping down onto the weird soft floor. I wish I could just like do that. Like I wish I could. If we weren't on the 3rd floor, if I was on like the 2nd floor, and I could just have a chunk of gym, like climbing gym floor, in the yard, I would just exit via the roof.
Oh, dude, get a crash pad
because it's hilarious. They're like, haha, I fell so far and I didn't get hurt at all. It's hilarious.
I totally just had Amazon pulled up on the stream, but I don't think anything important was displayed.
Well,
I think people might know my city and area code, but
oh no.
Oh no.
Well, so send Jesse some mail.
Yeah, not bad
Don't
stuff.
dox him.
Don't dox me. I try to be a good person, I swear.
Speaking of trying to be a good person, no, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, where's this going?
That doesn't really work. We're I imagine we're probably going till 10:30 as per usual.
My wife's in DC. I'm chilling.
Oh, are we gonna do a whole late night episode? All right.
I actually have I have an early morning, so I was gonna just boogie to our standard 10:30.
That's cool.
That's fair. Well, with that in mind, do you guys want to try and answer some of these questions from? Well, I guess not answer them, but give some input on questions that I got from the D&D Reddit.
You fucking know I do, brother.
Like we have done.
All
right, so I guess this one's a little bit more DM specific, but I am interested to hear your guys' thoughts. User Ms. Liz Lizard said, "Do other folks use Schrodinger's plot /NPC, or am I too attached to my story?" They go on to say, "I have an NPC I'd really like the party to meet soon, as he kind of kickstarts the next part of my plot. As such, I'm doing what I affectionately call Schrodinger's NPC. If they decide to visit the Fight Club first, he's there placing bets. If they hit up a local tavern, he's the bard playing music that night. If they decide to go shopping, etc."
That's just good DMing.
They finish up saying, "Does anyone else do this? What's the largest number of different places you've had a person / thing at once?" And basically all the answers are like, yeah, that's
how you do it,
I
right?
do that every time. Yeah.
That's just how it works. Like, if I've got an idea, I'm not just going to be like, oh, there it goes. Can't do that ever again. I'm going to fucking not force it, but, like, that's your idea. You just, you have a piece to the puzzle, and then you sort of just see where it fits in, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how the whole thing winds up being. Like, I don't know if I've told this on stream before, but the one time my players found a secret door to a dungeon that took them right to the boss fight. And circumvented the entire like all the combats and the obstacles and stuff that I had set up in said dungeon.
Yeah.
And I was bummed for a second, but then the next time we played, I was just like, nah, these guys are just in this dungeon now.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I already wrote all these fucking index cards. I'm gonna just use these guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's smart, you know. Why let it go to waste?
Exactly.
Some of the replies. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna. So, I mean, like, aside from us playing like random little homebrewed campaigns, when we were younger, Ivan, you'll remember when we played with Chris, aka Big Country.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things that he ever did was it was mandatory for you to give him your character sheet and your notes, so that, or well, like, you could have your own notes, but like, he basically just created a collective of character sheets, characters, places, and experiences that he could pull from any time. So there was like very much a point where we were exploring a castle that was created by one of his previous groups, and like going through the traps and the things that they had set.
I feel like I have a vague memory. I have a vague memory of the dude Steve that we played with saying that one of the NPCs was a character that he had played as.
Yeah, absolutely.
At one point, I was like, "That's really funny and really cool."
I remember one of my coolest D&D moments. Playing with him was the first time I ever rolled a triple crit, and that was really awesome.
Oh, nice!
In the beginning of the session, he was like, "One of your characters dies today." And my character was going
Jesus,
insane.
dude.
Yeah. And my character was going insane from reading a Necronomicon-esque book.
Nice.
And like he went on top of this roof, and this dragon was attaching, and I was like, bam, triple crit, and just dropped this dragon, and he literally took, like, he looked up like immune to critical stuff in the dragon, and he took the fucking monster manual, and he literally threw it at me. It was awesome. But that
sucks.
That was
I'd
a
be pissed
different
if someone
style.
threw a book at me.
Like, it wasn't like he tried to hurt me. You know what I mean? It was
sure.
It was funny.
Okay.
But that was even just an aside. But the same campaign, my character, who was this awesome rogue, had this crazy time slowing device as well as evasion. And we set off a bomb in this castle that had been made by a previous campaign. And while everybody was getting fucked up, my character did like this reflex save using evasion to hit his watch, and then literally ran reflex saves as he jumped off of rocks in the exploding, like...
Amazing, like the only good part of that one X-Men movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah. So like this explosion happened, stopped time, and he just jumped up the exploding rocks, blowing out of the castle wall to safety.
That's so cool.
Well, everybody else just got fucking wrecked.
D&D's such a goddamn good game.
I know, it's so good.
You can do so much fun shit. This person, a dog named Chuck, replied and said, "I've done that too, but generally when they somehow beeline straight to the big bad without getting the helpful MacGuffin, or are about to blunder into a big fight while really messed without discovering the handy safe room I gave them for resting." Kind of fell apart on that sentence, but you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying.
This kind of this is by nature of the MacGuffin. You can't let the players miss the MacGuffin.
Right.
MacGuffin.
However,
It's like the thing.
The thing. It's the plot device. It's the golden glowing suitcase in Pulp Fiction.
Gotcha.
It doesn't really matter what it is. It's just that it's the thing that the characters are preoccupied with.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. I've just never heard that phrasing before. That's cool.
Oh, really? The first time I heard that was in fucking communications class in middle school, I think. Talking about some Alfred Hitchcock movie. I forget what the MacGuffin was.
I forget what it is. I just know
The
what.
train going into the tunnel.
Maybe. And other suggestive images that that were shown to us at school. When we were watching The Graduate and she stopped paying attention while the stripper scene happens. That shit was hilarious.
Amazing.
And then she realized what she'd done and was like, "Ignore that! Ignore that!"
No, we're not.
Like, nope. That's the only part of this movie I'm ever gonna remember. 20 odd years later. Longer than that, I guess. That was middle school, I think. But so this also kind of is indicative of a problem that I'm running into with my, well, not a problem necessarily, but a situation I'm running into in my Wednesday game, which is we've been on a boss fight for a couple months now, and like a couple months worth of sessions. So like 4 sessions maybe. Like this week, if we play, will be the 4th session of this fight.
God damn.
And it's getting pretty hairy. Last time, I think 2 of them had dropped to 0, but made their
Just saving.
stabilized save, yeah, or whatever it's called, stabilized check.
Right.
And managed to get healed, get back up. But they are running very low on resources and running very low on HP and spell slots, etc. And on the off chance that anyone from my Wednesday night game is listening to this, fucking turn this off for about 40 seconds. They still have to fight a giant robot scorpion.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! It's the boss from the elevator fight in Final Fantasy VII.
It pretty much exactly is. Like the drawing in the book is.
God, that was such a hard fight.
I turned to it and I was like, wait a second.
I've been here before. Where do I recognize this?
Like, I feel like these guys have probably played Final Fantasy VII also.
Oh my god, that was such a hard fight too, because there's a transformation, I believe. That was one of the first experience I've ever had.
Talking about
boss turning into another boss.
First boss.
No. That's in the Mako reactor. No, but there's when you're after you've
like
escaping the
robot,
Shinra building, you're in the elevator and you fight. I think you fight the Turks in that same fight.
I remember the fight with the Turks on the elevator. I don't remember there being a scorpion robot involved.
I'm gonna
try elevator robot.
Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing.
FF.
Shinra, elevator, scorpion. Oh, it's only gonna show remake stuff. Come on, it's all Mako reactor, like you're saying. Oh, maybe it was maybe in the elevator.
Is it this flying thing, the heli gunner?
It's got propellers, right? No. I'm mixing battles up. You're right. Because it is the heli gunner, and then it's got multiple forms, I think.
The scorpion robot, it's not like it doesn't have different forms. It has different like poses, though.
No, it does. Yeah, because it gets into like attack mode, and then you have to set
right.
Up
It like lifts its tail up to
you don't
attack do the move where it can hit all of you. Yeah,
it only does that move if you attack it. So when it goes into that stance, you don't attack. And then me being like 9
I will never
playing
not
it was
attack
like,
the robot.
Spam attack.
Right.
No, you're totally right.
Yeah, I think that was at the very least, that was the first game I remember playing that had like RPG mechanics. Like it was, the menu-based fighting system. I remember playing it with my cousin Bennett and being supremely confused about what was happening. I was like, why isn't it just a button that lets me use the sword? Like, why can't I just hit this thing with the sword? Why do I have to like read this shit?
What is this turn-based shit?
Right. It was, might have been my first turn-based game.
That's amazing. Give me 2 seconds. Y'all keep going.
Yep.
Going.
What was your first turn-based RPG that you recall, Tommy?
I keep thinking like the tactics game on my Game Boy.
Sure.
I think Game Boy Advance. I think that was like that's all I really needed. That's like right. Final Fantasy Tactics was on.
Yeah, there was a Tactics Advance.
Yeah. I think that was probably it. I mean, like I loved RTSs, and then like I did get down with
because that came out
that's pretty late,
Yeah, it's like so much more recent.
I'm trying to think of like other games. Like what are some of the earlier games that are like? Are you talking about turn-based or like tactics-based? Like
I meant like turn-based, like just like a RPG at all.
Yeah, duh. It was probably just Final Fantasy then.
Yeah, the NES one.
No, I think my buddy I remember having. I mean, I think it was like 12 or something, right?
Yeah.
And then it must have been the one on PlayStation. It was just on PlayStation, right? Or was it on PlayStation 2?
Final Fantasy VII was on the PlayStation 1.
One, yeah. Jeez, that's such a long time
And then
ago.
I think a bunch of the earlier ones wound up getting ported to it too. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, Final Fantasy VII was really like one of the first like JRPGs to really hit in America.
Yeah.
Like I remember trying to play like Shining Force and shit on the Sega and just being like too young to understand what the fuck was going on. But then like when Final Fantasy VII came out, I was finally old enough to like understand what was happening. Like my reading comprehension and my understanding of like, I guess just video games had made it to the point where I was like, okay, I gotta read these menus and do this stuff. But at first, it was very confusing.
Can I do a real quick jump back to like the very beginning of the stream?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Ivan, since you played The Long Dark, if you think that I will fuck up the game for myself if I read into some of the deeper things in the Iceberg name.
I'd wait till you're at the end of story mode.
Okay. What chapter have you finished? You finished chapter 5?
5 is not out yet.
I thought it came out at the beginning of this month.
Nope. Wait, at the beginning of this month?
Mm-hmm.
If chapter 5 came out, I'm gonna be a very happy lad. Yeah. Oh shit. Let's see what it says. What the fuck letter does Long Dark start with? Is it under L?
A long L.
Nope. Is it under T?
No. Wait. Unlocked as it's released. No, you're right. It's not out yet.
It's not out?
No.
It will be. Chapter 4, I think, came out like right around maybe like Thanksgiving last year.
They're calling it 2023. Yeah, I thought I read something earlier saying it was out this month.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Okay. It came out. They did a survival mode update like last month.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if I'm in chapter 2 or chapter 3.
I like that Mega Man.
You would know.
I just spoiler warning, everybody. If you want to do a Long Dark story, I'm about to fuck it up for you. So, give you 3, 2, 1. Here it goes. I just got knocked out by that dude in the dam.
I think I saw.
So you have not yet started chapter 3, but you are at the end of chapter 2.
Cool. Awesome. Okay.
Oh.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because it was like, do you want to move on? And then here's a recap. And then I was like, I don't remember this shit. Fuck. I guess that's why they gave me a recap.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they
Give me mine.
All right. I'll keep pushing on that
tight.
before I start reading too much into the other stuff then, because I'm really excited to start looking up whatever this Hushed River Valley incident of 1968 is.
Hush now, child.
We don't talk about the Hushed River Valley incident.
Nothing happened in Hushed River Valley in 1968.
That's what it... Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you look it up if nothing happened?
Because it's weird in parentheses. Don't look it up.
Kind of weird thing. That seems kind of weird to do.
Unprompted Google search.
You ever get in that weird mode where you just start Googling things and you're like, I wonder if this will yield any results? That's kind of how I was feeling about it.
When did we switch to Mega Man?
Well, it started with Duff
stream.
McWhalen. I just started putting on the Duff McWhalen battle.
Just putting on Duff McWhalen fight? Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's
fine. Because you've never beaten him, and I figured I'd bring it up.
Well, rude. So you wanted to go back to something that we were talking about earlier. I would also like to go back to something earlier. because this is a thing that I had a question that I had taken from Reddit, and it's funny that Tommy mentioned something very similar to this earlier. It was user a new slug 1710 said, "Are player-only group chats normal?"
Yeah. Players
They
meeting
said-
only,
they
coach.
go, they
out.
go on to send, "Are group chats with only players in a campaign normal? I'm the forever DM, and I'm aware that the players have one to plan things without me knowing. I've said I might struggle to follow through on some plans if I don't know much about what they are doing in the past, but still I know the chats are out there for them to discuss what they plan to do. They are all good friends of mine, blah, 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 blah. They don't want me to know their plans. I'm pretty good at improvising. However, sometimes they've pulled out wild plans in the past. They're hard to work with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've sometimes been not happy with what I ruled in the moment. Having time to research things would be good and probably produce better outcomes. But is it normal to keep secrets to surprise the DM? Are player group chats away from the DM normal?
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they're normal. Because I've always, like, in other games, I've just texted in the past where, like, I'll, like, even, like, just, like, be like, like, what do you think about this or whatever, like, if we're, like, really dragging our feet on something.
Sure.
But I would say that, like, always have transparency with, like, your DM is better. The only time I could see it being, like, kind of cool is, like, if you guys were, like, you were about to start a session that was, like, a boss fight or the continuation of a boss fight, and you know that, like, combat is going to pretty much be the entire, like, session there.
Right.
And, like, in that case, like, yeah, if you're just talking about, like, ways to defeat, some sort of monster from the manual, nothing crazy, like, yeah, I think that's totally cool. But if you're, like, we all decided we want to pursue some kind of crazy lead, you're like, oh, well, this is going to be, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't lead them to a place they can't take you. But,
Right, for sure.
it's definitely cool to have the jump on them sometimes when they're like, oh, shit, I didn't see that coming.
I think going on what you're saying, Tommy, like the goal of the game is to have fun. So I think it's about how it depends on how into improv your group is. You know what I mean?
Right.
To an extent, sure. Yeah. But this I feel like this is specifically not about improvising. Like, this is about planning in advance. Like, I could see there being an argument for this being metagaming.
Sure.
Right.
I personally, like, while I understand it, I personally have very little problem with metagaming. Like, when my players start being like, okay, so this enemy's AC must be such and such number. That just means we have to roll blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, that doesn't bug me because they still got to roll a number high enough, Yeah. And I feel like it's analogous enough to learning things in a world the way that you actually learn things. You know what I mean? That said, if your DM asks you what your plan is, it's because they want to accommodate your plan, not thwart it.
Yes.
Or at the very least, it should be. If you feel like you can't tell your DM your plan because they're going to come up with some bullshit reason why it won't work, that sucks, and you shouldn't play with that person.
Yeah. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're definitely.
This is unfortunate.
But you also don't want to be in stump the DM mode.
No, man, I'm never in that mode.
As a DM, I love when players come up with shit I didn't expect and that, like, I've never heard of.
Okay. I think that's what I'm
because
saying.
I trust my players to not, like, specifically be doing like looking up like overpowered builds and shit and like
right power building and whatnot.
To just be like, I'm gonna win. Like, if someone was like, I'm gonna win D&D, I'd be like, please don't come to my game anymore.
Right. You are not welcome at my table.
But, like, yeah, luckily enough, no one I play with has anything even like remotely resembling that kind of a tendency. Everyone I have the pleasure of playing with is completely on the same page. Everyone understands that we're all here to make it fun for each other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the hallmark of a good group.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And to go ahead, Tommy.
No. You go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say to flip the script too. Like, if I've got ideas for how to move the storyline, I'll also privately message the DM and be like, "Hey, like,
Sure.
how I got
What do you
this
think
idea.
of this?
What do you think? Like, do you think that might be fun?" But again, it's
Yeah,
all
totally.
about like creating a story together, and
Yeah,
sometimes the
collaboratively.
reveal is what's fun about it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
how you
totally.
all bridge that gap. Also, like, I just like, I mean, I want, yeah, it's like you want everyone to succeed, so like, and have like a good time. So like, I just couldn't imagine being like not a stick, like, or like when people are sticks in the mud, or when they like, like if like the DM like kind of misinterprets like a vision I was having, like oh, like this is how I kind of wanted the character to go or something. Like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, like I would be like, I would go with this new alteration. Like if it was minor, or if it's like, unless it really felt like they need to be rectified or something. Like I just, I kind of have the same idea as like how I would like correcting a DM in that way would be like me sending back a undercooked burger or an overcooked burger. Like I would just I'm just gonna eat the food. Like I'm just gonna
Right,
I'm like, yes, hot meal with my friends. Like that's what I always wanted anyway.
Right, exactly.
And so, like,
I didn't come
really
here to have the best burger of my life. I came here to hang out with y'all. I need a good burger.
right, and sometimes
That chef is working hard enough.
right, yeah, and
And
sometimes
it's not
you
like
gotta
the
go there.
burger's bad.
Right,
One thing if you're like, well, this burger's got doo-doo on it.
right, it
Right.
would be one thing if the burger you ordered wasn't a veggie burger but a doo-doo burger.
It's doo-doo, baby.
But like, I just like, I always want to try to work and have that kind of just like, I mean, the yes and kind of thing where like you never want to stifle an idea. You even want to like, you just want to progress it and allow it to be real in that world that you're creating.
Right.
But there's nothing new there, I guess.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the old adage, common sense isn't that common. I feel like the amount of horror stories and just like stories of people just being fully unwilling to like play the game as a collaborative thing. Like the idea,
That's
like
why
how
we
many
didn't get
people
into our
play
high
it like
school D&D club, right?
adversarially is just so insane to me.
That is insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So
you're not,
insane to me.
there's literally nothing here to win except the revilement of people that you could be friends with in real life.
Yeah. We were like
Instead, you're gonna
literally-
just act like a jerk about made up bullshit, and now less people like you.
Yeah. It's literally why we only did one session with our high school D&D club.
Yeah, almost soured me on it, man.
Yeah,
That was
without
my
talking
that
too
was
much
my
shit
first
on any
game.
individuals.
Yeah, fuck 'em. I don't give a shit about any of those people.
Yeah, sure. I mean, at some point, I respect that they wanted to play
I'm not
in
gonna,
character,
I'm
but
not gonna
there's
name
more
drop
important.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're, I
But,
mean,
right?
I
There's
don't know.
prioritize, right?
Yeah.
And
Don't just kill the noobs because it's what your characters would do. Terrible reason to do anything. Character. Why would your character do that?
it's like
It's called murder.
Yeah.
It's like there's devastating consequences for some of these decisions that people like. Like I don't like. It's funny because it's like I don't even like running red lights when I know I can get away with it. Like you're like.
I mean, what's the? Yeah, what are you in a hurry?
Right.
Well, no. Let me
To the left
draw
or
the
the
line here to the point. Is that it's just interesting that like we can go through this world like following like arbitrary rules that like even in an instance may not really apply, but then you get them in like a D&D game and they're like, yeah, I murder the innkeeper. You're like, what? Like what are you like? You like
He wouldn't give me a 99% discount. He has to die.
right? Like you're like
The
this is-
innkeeper has 7 canaries on cages behind his. You know what I mean? I think that's where that whole like metaphor comes in, right? Not
Right.
that metaphor is even appropriate a word to say, but you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Just sort
the
of being
trope.
like, yeah, that innkeeper might not just be some old guy running a shop. That might be an ex-adventurer who's like an epic
Literal
level
stepping
character
dragons.
or like a fucking literal god. Like, who fucking knows?
Boys, I have to hit it.
Yeah, it's 10:30. It seems like it's about the time to wrap this up.
Yeah, we can do that.
Unless you want to keep hanging out, Jesse, you got anything else? I'm actually, for once, at the end of my notes on one of these.
No, I'd be down to like play a game or something. I wanted to ask Tommy before he left if he's checked out the Sumo Primetime channel.
I have, and I like it a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I think I want to see what they do after like a full boss show. Like I'm excited to see when they like how that coverage works. But like what they're doing now, also like a lot of HTKAH coverage. I like seeing these people just be just regular human beings. And I'm just like,
yeah. There's a lot. Yeah. Have you Chris Sumo's put out a lot of HTKAH side stuff recently, and Takayasu and stuff like the human parts of it. Do you listen to Sumo Kaboom?
So I've listened to segments of theirs like that, like talked about subjects that I was, but like I've always kind of like I never like went to Sumo Kaboom and then found the thing I was looking for. Right. I was looking for something, and then they were the ones that provided the information.
Yeah, check out last week's episode. They interviewed this dude Ash who came out with a book called The Way of Salt.
Dude, I tried to buy that book.
It's on.
And it was.
Yeah,
what's that? No, I couldn't find it anywhere.
It's on what's the big sumo website in America?
Fan of Sumo?
Big Sumo Fan. Yeah, it's on Big Sumo Fan at a discounted price, yeah. I ordered it like 2 days ago. That's
so crazy. I looked it up at a couple of different places. Look at it. It's right here. It's on sale. I'm buying it right now.
Yeah, it's like $17. So they interview the author of that book, and I think you'd really like him because he's been into sumo for like 30 years as a dude from England that lives in Japan and got super into sumo. And he's saying like as much as he loves Terunofuji, like the Yokozunas aren't what Yokozunas used to be. Like Yokozunas are supposed to be this dude that like can't be beaten. Like Ozekis are supposed to be gunning for Yokozuna. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he was also saying like he thinks that like the next real Yokozuna potential is like Hashoryu and HTKAH. He thinks those two are the two that have potential to be real Yokozunas, and that really vibed with me.
I love both of them so much.
Who has that fucking rope game like HTKAH does, dude?
I am.
He's got
it's
the
crazy.
body. Like you should check out the episode from last week.
I definitely will.
Ash.
I definitely will.
I ordered the book and I ordered a bunch of those mini Kobutans so that I can throw them at the screen when I get upset.
Oh, I also like these little I like these little desktop banners.
Oh my god, the desktop banners are so cute. I was thinking about getting one. It's so fun when you start to recognize the wrestlers too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely Terunofuji. That's definitely a drawing of Terunofuji.
And I also like that you're like, oh yeah, I got an eye for this a little bit now.
It's awesome though seeing like them doing the pushing training and how much like it was hard for Onosho and for like Kiribayama to push Takayasu, and then you see like when Terunofuji goes up there, who's the Yokozuna, the number 1 rank, and he'd like, and they probably make it a little easier on him out of respect because he's Yokozuna, but he just pushes them straight to the fucking edge like it's not a thing. You know, he's like, I am in charge here.
He really has that like. It's just so crazy. His whole, just the whole vibe, his whole sense of self.
They go into a really good explanation in the Sumo Kaboom episode 2 of like how in Japan, like in America, a lot of our like merit is talent based, but in Japan, it's a lot more about commitment based. So it's about how you show up to practice every day and give it all in practice and. It's just like about like why Asanoyama like got so severely punished because these people that are like celebrities in America are like have 3 wives, a mistress, like get arrested for drinking, yada yada. But in Japan, they're supposed to be like almost like gods and literal moral examples. So like they're not doing that kind of fucked up shit. You know what I mean? They're like
no, I know, and it really is like it's a trip, man. Like the way like just that whole world,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it is really like the fighting spirit of it all is so wild. How that is like, it's more than like, well, how fast is his mile or what does he bench press? It's like,
Right.
yeah.
And they explain, like, how every wrestler after the post-match interview is like, I went and I did my sumo, and they sort of explain like why they say that, and it's not
Why they like
right, because to Americans it's like, okay, you did your sumo, right, but like in a Japanese context and the way they explain it on the episode, it's like that makes so much more sense.
Right. I'll definitely have to check this out, man.
Yeah, man, check it out. It's cool. I would love to hear your opinions on it afterwards.
It's so crazy that this book was on there. I was like literally like trying to find a PDF document. I was like, that's so wild that you mentioned that.
Oh, I'm
And
so
it's on
glad.
sale.
Being able to find a book.
I know, right on the right.
It's not out yet, actually. It's releasing soon.
Oh yeah, pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
Right
up.
on. Yeah, they're probably just like running it through another production, like another run.
Second printing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever come out yet.
No, I'm pretty sure it has because I unless I've like I guess I just caught wind of it, and I just assume that like every book I always assume has been out forever.
Originally published January 11, 2020. You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did a little bit of research. I was like I was so surprised.
Just
Like
a little bit.
I like even stupid stuff like just going onto like Google Shopping, you'd think like you could just be like, oh, there it is or something, but I'm sure I didn't look as hard, and now I don't have to because someone told me where to find it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. And it comes with a promo bag. Who knows what that means? They don't show pictures
Nice.
of it.
Little book bag, like a
Maybe, we'll
bag
see.
for a single book.
I'm
That'd be pretty
imagining it one of those like gym bags. It's just like a
salt in it?
canvas strap with like two
yeah.
straps.
Like a little draw, like a single button drawstring.
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd be pretty cool. Wish more books came in something like that.
I
That'd be
know,
tight.
right? Like, let me carry it around without dog ear in it. But
That
let
just
me let
means
you
the
go,
book's well
Connie,
loved.
because I'll talk to you fucking forever about sumo.
That's true. Our
The
group chat
Banzuke's
is a
coming
little
out
silent.
soon, baby. The Banzuke's coming out like in a week or two.
Maybe next time we do it from the horse's mouth, we can do a whole sumo section. You guys
Oh,
can
I'd
get
love
us caught
to.
up on all the drama and the
Yeah.
highlights of the matches and such.
Yeah, exciting
Absolutely.
stuff coming
But
out.
see, I'm down to do games or whatever. But I think we should call the stream so that I'm not uploading like a 3-hour video chunk. You know what I mean?
That sounds good. Yeah, let's call the stream and let's hang out.
Yeah. Steph. All right. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Good night, Tommy. Love
Good
you.
night,
buddy.
y'all.
Always a
Yeah,
good
great
time.
hang.
Yeah,
Thanks for
absolutely.
hanging.
Thanks for hanging.
I'm glad we could get a surprise appearance from Paul on our first Monday.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was also
nice.
really
That was
nice.
You're getting married next month, right?
October 21st.
Yeah,
October
it's
21st.
October, right? Oh,
2 months.
September comes
Next
before
month's September.
It's August, then it's September, then it's October. Yes, okay.
Yep.
Right, cool.
Don't let that oct fool you.
I don't know why. It's literally 10 days before my anniversary. So I
Curse
should really
you,
remember that
Augustus.
Right? Well, y'all have a good one. We're on in some capacity for next Monday, I'm sure.
easier. That's the plan. We'll do something.
Depending on who's here and who's not, we'll either do another one of these, or maybe 666 Madison, or maybe Barks and Bites, or maybe who knows? We'll
Ivan
figure
and
something
I
out.
will literally talk on stream if nobody else is around.
Right.
Yeah,
We will make
if
it
no
happen.
one else is around, we'll do a spooky stream. Yeah.
Ivan's
figure it out.
dedication to having a
Yeah.
stream has been inspiring to me, and I'm just always down, even if we're just sitting here talking shit.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Love the commitment.
Awesome.
Love your commitment, bro.
Yeah. Love all around. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Punctual Pony, for the 2-month sub. That's very dope of you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you had a good time.
Holy shit, he's still here.
And anyone else who's seeing this at any time in the future on such as our YouTube, thank you for checking out our YouTube. You can also check out our Instagram, which is at How to Kick Flip a Horse.
Mm-hmm.
I
should also
posted a
watch
photo
Juno.
of the pizza that I made earlier tonight on there.
It looked
and,
delicious.
we post other stuff on there. screenshots and memes and fun, funny shit. So check it out. You'll get the updates of when we're doing shit. And yeah, if you can, do the old subscribe and hit the like button and all that shit. Because we have a great time doing this, and we'd like to be able to spend more time doing stuff like this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if we can get some money off of people, that'll make that easier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I guess with that, yeah, call it there.